Chapter 8 The Anointed and the Elucidation. As the mermaid swam through the enchanted waterways of the kingdom, I walked through the forest to where the residents gathered in a playful mood, which was the furthest from serious. All the mystical souls were centered around that youthful Krishna, who wore the cap and bells as he stood on the kitchen countertops to feed everyone breakfast. Even the cooks were filled with glee as they chanted at the spiritual beings with ease. And while this meal may have cost money upon the earth reality, Krishna offered all of it for free. A grand buffet, and Krishna cared little about the laws of the material world. Why, it seemed that everyone wanted to be as close to Krishna as they could. Do you see how well Krishna provides nourishment to all those in need, without a fee? Asked the mermaid. And since we're in a parallel reality, I have yet to feel hungry. So why does anyone need food or substance if we are spirits beyond our bodies? Everything you see, feel, taste, and touch is a symbolic reflection of something the mind would like to explain. Now, when it comes to this grand buffet, it might appear as actual food, but much like a dream, such an experience is but a reflection of what only a child could envision or explain. Why, this youthful spirit is a reflection of the hidden or secret invisible influence. And this morning, Krishna calls us to gather as he provides spiritual nourishment, said the mermaid. All these souls were neatly organized in a line, as I counted 24 of them. And these unexplainable souls shuffled ahead to greet Krishna, where they were each served a plate with a greeting of pure excitement. This Krishna seemed to be the embodiment of that which is all attractive, a joyful expression, and so everyone was served before the youthful child. Then, just as the mermaid and I got closer, I realized I was the last one in line. And when it came time, there wasn't a single plate left. Why, what's this? I've got something very special in store for you. It's time for you to go back into the world and reveal that which is true. Every time you speak the truth, the essence of our spiritual soul is set free. Go speak the truth in the world, and bit by bit, the Spirit of God will be released, said sweet baby Krishna. Go to where? At once the mood grew somber, as the shift dissolved the entire energy of the crowd. All the exuberance and excitement slipped away when the entire dining hall waited in silence. Not a single soul took a bite of their spiritual nourishment. In that gap, the energy grew so still that this moment demanded everyone's attention. It's time for you to go back into the wasteland, said Krishna. Now the soul in front of the mermaid dropped his plate where it shattered the silence. You're sending him back to the earth? Said one of the 24 souls. Wait, where's the wasteland? Now Krishna smiled, and everyone sighed with relief. Let us share a story, shall we? Said sweet baby Krishna. What story would you like to tell? Said one of the 24 spirits. The Elucidation, and how it led to the fall of the earth kingdom, which is why it has since turned into a wasteland. Dear soul, I will be with you all the way, so there is nothing you will ever lack. Fear nothing, for I call upon you as a warrior to win the earth land back, said sweet baby Krishna. Just then, the tiny child transformed before our very eyes when he grew 108 times our size. As he towered over the entire parallel reality, a light so great began to emit out from him as it blinded our totality. His presence felt like 10,000 suns in the form of a single star. And so that sweet baby Krishna had become like a fierce force of spiritual energy, and everyone in the enchanted kingdom fell upon their hands and knees to bow to him as the light of the world. The elucidation was first explained as a prologue, as the beginning of a great story of how the earth, which was once a divine garden, was turned into a wasteland. Back when the 7 goddesses maintained balance and harmony of the natural world, there came a king who went on to abuse the land when he hoarded the natural gifts of the world as he corrupted the great water's well. The 7 goddesses had looked after the great well, which provided spiritual nourishment to the entire land, and when the king found out the secret of spiritual nourishment, he used his power to control it when he went on to sell the spiritual waters and profit from what the goddesses had offered away free for all spirits. The king's selfishness led not only to his downfall, but it led the earth to become a wasteland. And so the spiritual nourishment went stale as it was hoarded by the powerful and wealthy, as the natural balance and harmony across the earth was cut off and broken. Since that time, the earth and its people have lost sight of what was most important. And so the purpose of this prologue centers upon ecological and spiritual responsibilities among a world focused on selfish gain, greed, and lust. Now, because you are dear to me, I summon you to go back out into the barren world. You are called to restore the great balance. Now go on, retrieve the Holy Grail, said Krishna. You said the elucidation was a prologue to a story, but what's the end of the story? This is the story of Percival, said Krishna. But how does the story end? The elucidation is an old poem from the 13th century, but the final story of Percival and the story of the Grail remains unfinished. Until the barren world is no longer a wasteland, only then will the 7 goddesses re-emerge and provide spiritual nourishment to all beings, said Krishna. And you said the king has since passed, but then who controls the well of spiritual nourishment? The earth monsters and the whore of Babylon have taken control of the earth, for she is the king's lustful daughter, said Krishna. At once his luminous form transformed into the tiny child with the cap and bells. Now everyone who had joined the breakfast celebration glowed with the same luminous light that had come out from sweet baby Krishna. It's time, said the mermaid. Time for what? At once great horns sounded when a parade and procession of spirits, souls, and the 24 came to the entrance of the dining hall. Their sweet baby Krishna was carried down the center aisle on a child's chair while he waved to the mermaid and I as we came forward. As Krishna arrived before an altar, the 24 instructed us that it was time to kneel, and with the beautiful mermaid beside me, she spoke without words when she smiled. What's happening? Look for me in the world. You'll know it's me when we meet 7 times uninterrupted, said the mermaid. And so Krishna spoke. To the anointed, answer the call. The call is to leadership through the soul gifts. And so, rose oil has been used to anoint initiates throughout the ages. This has been used for royalty too. This rose oil is here to herald you into an even more powerful expression of what you came here to do. It's calling you to step forth into your inner kingdom and queendom, to answer the greatest call on behalf of your soul and to face your true north, to seed even more of what you came here to share, to acknowledge your arrival as an initiate of your life, to shed external noise that may have been stopping you from being all that you are, to realize that you've been training for this for a long time, even lifetimes. The path your soul chose to walk is the one that few have the courage to take, and you are ready for this. You have been led to it. Your soul is ancient, and with every step, through every body, through every birth, you've gathered a kaleidoscope of gifts that are ready to be shared with the earth. You are being asked to deeply trust the call that you've been hearing, to lead, to lead, to lead. The path you're here to pave has not been walked the way that you'll walk it. And as with all ancient initiates, healers, visionaries, creatives, and leaders, you're just one magnificent thread in the tapestry of life. So go upon the way, trust the road that beckons you forth, and remember, I will always be there to lead you from within. And so I ask the soul to inquire, how are you being called to step forward? Said Krishna. Then his fingers touched the oil and anointed the crown of my head. After this, he did the same to the mermaid. Go on, my children, and carry out our destiny, as your souls have been nourished, said Krishna. Now the 24 came forth, and they all held a unique necklace in their hands. One after the other, they offered up this gift and placed their necklace over my head. Each of the 24 necklaces held a unique energy, as if it was a connection back to their spiritual soul. And by the time they were done, I wore 24 necklaces around my heart and throat. Then out behind the enchanted kingdom was a great archway, and beneath it was a mystical door that seemed to lead back into the earth land. All the creatures and souls, along with Krishna, led us to the archway that was covered in roses when it was clear this was the path ahead. The mermaid swam while I walked all the way before the 24 opened the doorway. Shall we? I asked. I cannot go through this door with you, but know that you will find my spirit again. We will meet 7 times, uninterrupted, as God has given us the grace to be anointed. And this is not goodbye, but rather it is our beginning, said the mermaid. But I don't understand. The love that changes us the most is the love we never planned for. It flips your world, disrupts certainty, and still feels unmistakably right. No rules, no expectations, just a real, genuine feeling. Love doesn't wait to be found. It finds you. And after you go through this door, love will bring us back together. As my spirit dwells here, in the form of a mermaid upon this parallel world, you will feel when you found my body upon the earth. We can trust that the divine will not separate those who are destined as lovers. When you find my body upon the earth, my soul will recognize you, but my mind may not be able to process what is happening as it relates to this parallel reality within our spiritual nature. You will feel that you know my spirit when we meet again. Yet, next time you see me, I will be housed in the body of a human woman, said the mermaid. Halfway through the door and halfway in the enchanted kingdom, there was a moment of silence when love poured out from Krishna and the 24 elders. How will I know when I find you? What if I don't recognize you? I asked the mermaid. You'll know, because we'll bump into each other 7 times in a row. You'll feel the same peace we shared here, and just like magnets, we'll be drawn together. It'll be like a dance. Just trust that your spirit will know, said the mermaid. And what do we do once we find each other? will conceive a child, as I will give birth. You as the father, and I as the mother. Let us bring forth a child who nurtures the world. But in order to summon our child's soul, you must find the Holy Grail first, said the mermaid. With that, I entered into the door alone, and so the real journey begins.